Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is an on-site repair at a radio station. Today's repair is a Marti RPT series, remote pickup transmitter series. Old RPU. This is used for ENG, which is electronic news gathering, for radio stations. Marti is by far and away the most prevalent device used by radio stations for this purpose. And this particular one has stopped functioning. It's used as a repeater for people out in the field. The receiver is hooked to it and it repeats it back to the station so that the people on the air can pull it up and get the audio from the field, from the reporters, for news. Okay, so here's a look inside of an old Marti RPU transmitter. It's it's old school, that's for sure. Everything is all point-to-point wiring here. When they did put in a board, it was kind of like that. There's just lots of little connectors and plugs and things, and all this been marked by somebody before me. This stuff's fun to work on. We're going to find out what's wrong with it. Probably the outputs, but we'll take a look and see what's going on. Alright, so we're hooked up, plugged in. Let's turn it on. The fan's running. That's a good sign. That's schmaltz from being stuck in a cabinet for the last 20 years. So let's turn it on to standby. It is on standby. Ooh, that switch moves hard. Okay, and there's the watt meter. Let's see if it puts out anything when I hit power. No, absolutely nothing. That switch was in the wrong position. Still nothing. Well, that's interesting. The the meter works in gain reduction. That's about the only thing that's marked on the front of this. I don't know. Well, we got some work to do. Okay, well, let's see. Of course, the first thing you have to do in any repair is check the voltages. We should have these old manuals are interesting. If you look, there's no voltage at all. This particular device is from 1984, so that shows you approximately how old it is. Well, it did work until recently ago, so it's they build them to last, that's for sure. Well, I've tested, let's see, ground's connected, and here we go. Let's test for some voltages. No power out at all. We have, that's 15.4. This is ground. No, that's 13.9, so that's 14 volts. 14.14, 14.7, 26.2, and ground. Okay. Well, it appears that we have all of our voltages. So I'm betting that we probably don't have any RF output drive, so we're going to have to go look at that. Okay, so it says to put the test meter at position 3. And we got zip. The only position we got anything in is 1. That's interesting. So that is on DFM 1D1. Find out what that is. That is the direct FM modulator. Aha, so we're not even getting to that point. That's interesting. So it's not even getting to there. Wow, I have no idea then. Something has given up the ghost. It's not even trying to oscillate. Okay. So, direct FM modulator, this guy. So let's find out if there's anything. Let the magic smoke out on this particular little animal. Oh, little guide key, isn't that cute? Okay. Wow. I've not worked on one of these in a very, very long time. Alright, so this here is the crystal oscillator, basically, and it's full of little pieces of stuff to keep it from getting vibrated around. And so this is the single frequency. I guess we can find out if we're actually oscillating here or not. That's why they make the keyway. Okay. So let's see if we actually have an oscillator output here. Would be this guy way in the back. That would be way back here. And the output of that is where? So it's 12 to 14 megahertz. And I'm sure it's coming out of here somewhere. Let's see. RF out is pin 9 of that. Really? Okay. So, and they're marked A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So 9. I got bugger all. I got nothing at all on pin 9. That's turned up about as far as it'll go. And there is Zippo there. 14 volts on 7. Okay, so we got squat. I have a feeling that there might be something wrong with this guy. Because we're just not oscillating. We're not making any oscillations whatsoever here. And the only thing in here to make oscillations with is a 3028A. There just ain't much on this board. There it is. Crystal. Little IC. And transistor. Well, the transistor's on the output outside. So, got a Zener diode, an IC, and a couple of other parts. The IC is a RCA 3028A. And there's a little transistor right there. That is Q1 on the board. There's an LM317 voltage regulator. There's a TIP 170 power transistor. I don't know what that is. That's Q1. Doesn't say. Just a transistor. That's the oscillator. So it's just a PNP transistor. And R21 is that guy. That is the frequency adjust. So, gonna guess transistor's bad or the IC's bad. I doubt if the crystal's bad. They generally don't do that. Well, we can test the transistor. This transistor should test in circuit just fine. Let's see, it's got 4 pins. One of them is case. We'll find out which one is case here. This one over here. That's a case, so I don't need to test with those. Okay. Well, if I did, it wouldn't give me anything anyway, so. Alright. One there. One of these days I gotta get better little hooks. These hooks are pretty awful. Okay. But they were cheap. I want to get some of those long ones. A little bitty head on them that just... Alright, all hooked up. Yeah, a couple of diodes back to back, which is a basically in circuit transistor. So the transistor's okay. Okay, well, let's see. Alright, so there's the emitter of that transistor. There's the emitter of that transistor right there. That one. So can I possibly get into that? Okay. There's the emitter of that transistor. Oh, let's plug this thing in and see if it's doing anything. Aha. Okay. there's what we got. So we've got actual and it came on. Look at that. Now this is a 100-watt slug I got in here, so that would be about 16 watts. That is one lousy switch. I think we're going to have to clean that. So, well, as in most instances on some of this old stuff, the actual problem is that bad connections. It's not actually anything in the machine that's bad at all. Alright, so it said in our instructions for our tune-up RPT25 adjustments, it said to tune L4 of that coil, which is L4 is right there. That's L4. Okay. Tune that for maximum. I'm going to take the little tool for this. Okay. So we got I'm watching the millimeter. Doesn't make much difference. Alright. Well, cool. Love it. Alright, it just doesn't... So when the light comes on, it comes on. That's interesting. Is that supposed to be like that? So the meter light the meter lamp, it appears, is connected. We know that the oscillator is working, and we know that it comes on periodically, kind of when it wants to. So, one of the things you have to check on these things is there's a relay right there. That's a fan. There's a relay right there, and I don't believe that relay is bad, because usually smacking on it will do it. But kind of when it feels like it, huh? Yeah, I don't think so. However, there is another thing on here that gives you, evidently gives you the fits. And that is this right here. That's the power output. That's not it either. Let's see if we can get it to come on. Click. Okay, so that relay is not energizing. Alright, so there it goes. Came on, but it's not very reliable. And the power works. I can get about 24 watts out of it, which is all it's good for. However, we only wanted about that much, about 16 watts, because it's all hooked in with the regular antenna. Alright, with our another antenna, and it goes through a bunch of stuff so they don't conflict with each other. Okay. it's not that and it's not that. So we got to find out if we got voltage down here. Find out if the relay is just not actuating correctly. And that would be the... that relay is right there. It could be something as simple as a diode going bad on us, or a capacitor, or whatever. Probably need to replace some of the caps in this thing anyway, considering they're 25 years old. Or more. Let's see, 84, 94, 04, yeah, 25 years old. So let's find out if we've got power, voltage going to this relay. We have 13.4 volts going to the relay and 13.5 volts on the other side of the relay. Huh? 13.7, 13.5. Pin 4 of mic 1 switch. Okay. Really? That cannot be right. All I'm doing is touching this transmit switch. Ooh, really? Just a flaky switch. That one right there. So I find that difficult to believe. It's unplugged. Put on a diode test. That works. That works. What the heck? So that transmit switch is right here. What kind of a stupid switch is that? Yeah. How the hell does that transmit switch work? That's interesting. Okay. Big old rocker switch appears to be bad. Okay, well, I took the switch out right there and replaced it, or fixed it. It's kind of an interesting switch. It's got rockers inside that are bent differently, so that when you go all the way up, only one of the contacts makes in the middle, the other contact makes on the other side, so that it's, I don't know, I've never really seen anything quite like it. But anyway, it works. Now that it's cleaned, I had to take it out, and I cleaned it with some abrasive material that wouldn't eat the metal away, and cleaned it off real good, and regrouped it and put it back together. However, we don't use it that way. This thing is in an unattended situation, and it gets turned on remotely by the receiver. When the receiver comes on, for somebody transmitting to the receiver receives it, and this one repeats it back up to where it needs to be. So pin 4 of the mic connector there, which is what we use, there's the mic. Pin 4 of that mic connector grounds, and that turns on the transmitter. And as you can see, there's the bird watt meter, and we're about 18 watts, which is about as much as we want to be, because this thing is attached to another antenna through a coupling system, and we don't want to put more power into it because it desenses the front of the other receiver, and we can't use it that way. So Anyway, there we go. There's a repair, all done. Now we just got to clean it out and put it back together again. I did check the capacitors all along the bottom of it on the other side, and they're all good. I'm really surprised. None of them have dried out and they're bad. They're all in good shape. So there's a repair. As interesting as it was and as strange as it was, just a bad switch. I am going to clean all of the contacts in here where these boards slide in and call this thing done. Thanks for watching.